Before the Romanovs' bloody end in Russia, Serbia set the precedent. On the night of the 10th to the 11th of June 1903, the Serbian king and queen were dragged from their beds and executed in their nightclothes, the so-called May coup. So Serbia in the 1800s was kind of this tug of war between two dynasties. The Obrenović line, which favoured closer relations with Austria-Hungary, and their rivals, the Karađorđevićes, who led more towards Russia and France. King Milan Obrenović ruled hard and won independence at the Berlin Conference of 1878, but bled support after wars and scandals. He abdicated in 1889 for his son Alexander, who grew up to rule by decree, change constitutions, and also to marry the very controversial widow Draga, who was older, not a royal, and also reportedly infertile. So there was lots of court drama, foreign policy zigzags, and also a pregnancy scandal in 1901 where King Alexander and Queen Draga announced that Draga was pregnant even though it was an open secret that she was infertile. This led to a disgruntled army. A clique of younger men, eventually led by Captain Dragutin Apis Dimitrievich, decided that the only fix was regicide. After some false starts, they moved when an ally commanded the palace guard. Past 2 a.m., lights were cut, doors were blown with dynamite, and rooms were ransacked. And the royal couple hid behind a wardrobe. When found, King Alexander and Queen Draga were shot, and their bodies were then mutilated and tossed from a window. By sunrise, a dynasty was extinguished, and power flipped to the rival house. Parliament invited Peter Karađorđević to the throne, who became King Peter I. With him, Serbia's foreign policy reorientated towards Russia and France. Europe, however, was horrified by the May coup. Britain and the Netherlands cut ties. Austria-Hungary and Russia jointly pressured Belgrade to sideline the killers. And Belgrade agreed on paper. There were some trials and some forced retirements, but the network around Apis only grew. In Serbia, life somewhat normalized under Peter I, as he had a milder constitutional rule, but the coup's plotters then morphed into something called the Black Hand. In 1914, the plotters helped enable the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, which was the spark that led to the beginning of the First World War.